Yo, it's your boy Marcus and Morsini back with a video. Today we're going to be talking about why Codm Dmz is great. And this is going to be like a glazing video, right? I'm just going to talk about all the good, not really cover any of the bad, and maybe make a separate video covering the bad. So right here, let's talk about what is great about Codm Dmz. Now, as of right now, this mode is super replayable, right? It's got a lot of replay value. There's a lot of things that make you want to come back to it, whether it's safes, the overall gameplay loop, the ability to play against other real players and not just AI. There's contracts, there's special contracts, there's just secret hidden loot. There's things to find out, like what are better places to loot, right? If you loot a trash can on the map, you're not going to get good loot. If you loot purse, you're probably not getting good loot. But if you loot a toilet, toilets have like a better loot pool. Or if you loot one of those body armor suits that are in like the Kurohana ship, you know what I mean, that's a better, you're going to get better items out of there. Or if you loot one of the big boxes, right, they're like the big silver boxes, they're around the map, you can find them, that you'll get better loot out of those. Or the computers, you'll get better loot out of that. You'll probably get like an orange hard drive disk, like when you're in the Serpent's Fortress. That special room that has the ninja in it has a ton of those, so you can get a ton of great loot from those little PCs, computers, and the big hard drive stacks. So stuff like that, you know what I mean, that little detail, I guess you could say, really makes this game mode a lot more replayable. That they've done that for a lot of parts of the map to give a little more pizzazz, right? If you watched yesterday's video, we talked about all the contracts and we ranked them all in order from worst to best. And contracts are a huge part of this game mode, and the contracts are great. I think most of them are pretty good. There are a couple, like the bottom two, Most Wanted and Hunt Squad. The rewards need to be better for doing those. Like, I think Most Wanted should function like it did in Verdansk. You should be able to bring back your teammates if you complete a Most Wanted contract. So if your teammates want to come back into the game and they don't just rage quit as soon as they die, you know what I mean, then the Most Wanted contract would be worth it to pick it up so that they can come back and finish the game. That being said, most wanted contracts take 5 minutes to complete. So, you know, they would only come back with like 10 minutes left in the game or something, depending on when they die. And that being said, contracts overall, I think, are good. Corporate Rivalry is an excellent contract. I think, you know, it's difficult, but it's a really well done, and it's meant to be difficult, right? So I think its desirability is what makes it more difficult, because everybody wants to go after it. That being said, let's talk about Get Materials. That's my favorite one. I always talk about this one. It's really good. So if you are ever around a Get Materials contract, it's like a must do. Honestly, doing all of a Get Materials contract is better than hitting up a safe. Like, I guarantee you'll get better loot out of that than you will if you go to a safe. Okay, not every time, but most of the time, barring that you get an ultra from a safe. You know what I mean? I've never gotten an ultra from a Get Materials contract, but I have gotten tons of mythics. So I'm just saying that that's the best contract you could do. That being said, let's move on forward to other aspects of this game. I think the PvP setting is great. I find it to be a lot of fun, right? Everybody generally spawns on one side of the map and has to flow to the other side of the map to exfil, right? Or at least the halfway point of the map where the two paid train station and the paid helicopter are, to exfil there, right? So if you're spawning on the Serpent's Fortress side where Refinery is and Kurohana base, you're going to spawn there and have to flow across the map to Serpent Town in order to get what you're looking for. And I don't think anybody really spawns, from what I've noticed, like, I don't know if anybody spawns on the other side of the map. If people do, like, I haven't had that happen. Every time I've ever spawned into a DMZ game, in order for me to exfil, I have to go across the entire map, right? I have not had a game where I spawn in DMZ and I can immediately walk over to the exfil because it's right next to me where I spawned in at, right? So every time I spawn in, I have to go across the map. It's going to take at least 5 minutes, and then I can exfil immediately. So I'll be covering that in a DMZ strategy video down the road. It's a weird video. I kind of covered it in the strangest DMZ strategy, but it's pretty good. So I'll talk about it in another video. That being said, DMZ offers a lot of strategical stuff, and there's a lot of cool strategies and things you can do. So I think that's pretty cool. I think they've done a great job of really giving you a lot of different ways to play the game, right? Are you a safe guy and you're just going safe to safe? Are you a contract guy and you're just doing a lot of contracts? Are you somebody who's going for the Quiji, right? The Quiji guy in the ship, you're going to go kill him and take the crate and exfil immediately? Are you somebody who's just looking to kill people? And since they changed up the score that you get for getting kills on enemies, now you actually have like an incentive to do that, to rank up faster. If you get more kills, you rank up faster, right? I think now I had a game where I got 1 kill and I had +4 battle score. So +4 battle score would mean you got +4 points for killing 1 guy. That's pretty good. You know what I mean? That's going to help you rank up quicker. That being said, that's great. I do think that the grind is a lot of fun. I think it's a lot of fun to grind, right? The game mode overall is very replayable, so grinding is going to be a lot of fun as well. I do feel like it's very slow. I feel like a lot of times like I'm playing longer games and I'm not really getting as many points, which is kind of like Battle Royale, where like I'm playing a while, but I'm not really making that much progress. But I think that's fine because in the grand scheme of things, you know you're making the progress. You just haven't quite got there yet. I'm currently, this gameplay I was Grandmaster 4. I'm currently Grandmaster 5. So I'm right there. I'll be legendary hopefully in the next couple of weeks, maybe. I have some army training I got to do. That being said, yeah, here in this gameplay, like you're seeing me, I'm running away from this guy. I don't know who's here. I don't know how many people are here. I think I shot my scout thing. Right here, the radiation zone. So this is a great place to go to get away from people. People don't really want to come into the radiation zone, not because they'll die in it. Like you will die eventually if you stay in it, but like there's no point in chasing a guy in here because you're going to be losing health. He's going to be losing health. And then if you do get into a gunfight with him, now, you're both weak, right? So it could be that you lose the advantage of having the mythic armor because now you're weaker type of thing. So this is a good way to kind of like escape from situations. If you're nearby, just run to the radiation area. And if you have like gas mask or something, you'll be totally fine. That being said, I think the POIs are great. I do really enjoy a lot of the POIs. There's definitely some more that they can do, right? The map itself, they could add in a submarine POI and put a submarine on the map over by Serpent Town or something. They could put on the bottom half of the map by Serpent's Fortress, and that whole bottom half of the map entirely could have a lot more detail added to it. Right, they could add in an island to the top of the map and put in like a little miniature island for people to swim to, right? You swim over there and there could be a safe out there or something. So that being said, there's a lot to see and a lot to do in this map, and there's a lot they could add in, right? We haven't really touched the iceberg of how much they could do with this mode. So I'm interested to see what they do going forward. I also find the looting to be fun. The items you're getting, like these cards you see me, these machines, hard drives, gold skulls, stuff like that. I find those items entertaining to grab and like loot. So I think that's a pretty good idea. I think they did a good job with what we're looting and the whole sort of story behind it. Let's also talk about the weaponry. I think the weaponry is fun. They added in these ultra attachments, which are pretty cool. They're a grind, man. That's another great thing, right? They added in something that's really unique, but it's also going to be super grind heavy. It's going to take a while for you to get it. And I think that's a great idea. I think they did a good job adding in more stuff for people to have to work towards and then not just be something you get easy. But once you get it, you're going to be able to reap those benefits, right? Like the Lockman magazine that's super strong. That's going to be great for a lot of people. The thermal scope, that's the one I want the most because a lot of people use smokes, and being able to see through smokes would be great. I use smokes so you could smoke myself out and then just look through the smoke and start beaming people. So I think there's a lot that you can do with ultra attachments, right? Thermal scopes, millimeter scanners, stuff like that, to make your guns better and have people want to grind those out. That being said, there's also, I think you're going to see here, the random extraction point. Look at that. That green smoke disappeared. That means it's going to disappear, right? I'm going to come up to it and it's going to be gone. Ready, set, go. They do this every time you come near one of these paid extraction or one of those extraction points. It's going to automatically disappear. It's not automatic. It's like when somebody gets near it between a certain time period of the game, it will disappear. So just an FYI for anybody wondering about that. It happens to me like all the time. That's probably a con, but I'm adding that in here because people probably are noticing that nowadays, and it is kind of annoying. So I end up having to come all the way out here so I can exfil. Exfilling, that's pretty good. I think they did a good job with the exfils. You basically just wait for the helicopter to land. If you're by yourself or all your teammates are dead and you're by yourself, you can just hop on and you exfil in 5 seconds once it lands. But if your teammates are still alive, you have to wait 35 seconds to give them a chance to try to exfil with you. Not always great because sometimes my teammates across the entire map and they're not going to make it, and I'm having to fight people so I can get on. I do like that the final exfil chopper, which doesn't leave for 25 minutes into the game, that it gives you a 5-minute timer to get there, right? So sometimes I'm all the way across the map in Serpent Town trying to exfil there, but I didn't make it in time. So now I have to go all the way back across the map to Kurahana base to where the final exfil chopper is before the entire map is just covered in radiation, and you get 5 minutes to make it there. So I can buy a vehicle, drive all the way across the map, which isn't as easy as it sounds, and then get to that chopper in time. That's great. I think they did a good job with that. Let's talk about the shop. Kurahana shop's pretty good. I think they did a good job of kind of adding in some stuff for people to buy. Once you get your trust level up, the trust level is a good idea. Give somebody, an interesting thing to kind of go for. There's a lot of missions you can do. There's just overall a ton of content packed into this right now. And I think they're doing a great job of keeping it up for people to want to keep grinding and playing again. Giving it a rank system was great. That way people have something to grind for overall. I think they did an excellent job. So that being said, thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. It's been your boy Marcus Morstini. I'm out of here. Peace.